Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home.
Same way.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll be the
Let's
same
go.
way. Man, I'm so glad your stat didn't do nothing last week. Yeah, boy. What you
Hey,
got to say, Cruz?
you see Barrow, yo, like out of all the games in the world, cool. Like out of all the games on planet Earth, dog, you want to
Yes.
just let T. Higgins and all of them go off, and then Chase Brown sprain an ankle.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm
That,
glad it's week 17.
Hey
that
man,
hurt.
that was that was
Those hurt.
basically the end of me watching football for the last couple weeks. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been having it on in the background, but I ain't. My heart was hurting.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, nah, dog, not like that, not
Yeah,
like
them joints hurt, man. Them joints hurt. You know you got a good team. Don't do nothing when you need them to do it. But as soon as they get on the constellation ladder, you be like, man,
Yeah.
you want to start
They
fighting for
world
the Super
beaters.
Bowl.
that. I'm not
Hey,
even look.
man.
I didn't. I haven't looked at that score all game. I looked at. I looked at the score of the championship between you and Gridiron, but I ain't. I don't even know what my team. I ain't looked at that in 2 years.
Hey, you would have smoked some boots today if you made it
What?
for
You
them
would have
money.
been the champion before the Sunday night game.
You mean like the rest of my damn season, right? You mean
Yeah.
A lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right?
oh yeah, of course.
Man, hey,
Of course.
listen. If I win today, and my quarterback and kicker gave me both goose eggs, listen. I'm praying for the rest of the year.
Mm-mm-mm.
And honestly though, I mean, it had me hot. But honestly, I left Worthy on the bench, and the real one was the real one that killed me. That made me like stop watching football was that when Devontae Smith dropped that football. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
that was it. Because I still was in it. I was in it. I was in it a little bit. Like I was down like 10, but if he get a touchdown and I get a few other points somewhere else, I still had a shot. When he dropped that ball, I turned football off. Period. I've been on
Hey,
the bench.
cool. Hey, man, look, I ain't even gonna give you no pushback on that, bro. As bad, like, I was happy he dropped the ball, understandably. I'm a Commanders fan, right? But as a fan of the NFL, yeah, I would have been like that too, bro. Like, I ain't watching this. This is trash. Man, he was wide open, bro. I'm talking about he probably could have took that another 30, 40, maybe
He
a
would have
tutty.
still he would have still been running. He would still been running.
Yeah.
So
Wide
yeah.
open, dog. Like wide open, man. Like even I look at the things like I laugh and joke and was talking trash to Marquise, man. But shoot, I even look at Jalen Hurt. Like I'm a realist, man. One thing for sure, two things for certain. The Eagles was putting belt the ass to the Commanders until he went out. So it's just little stuff like that, man, that be happening in fantasy football. Of course, in the real NFL world, but in fantasy football, you just be like, man, why? Like out of all Sundays that you could lose, or out of all the weeks that you could lose, you just be like, why this week?
Yeah,
Why
buddy.
this week? Yeah, man. Hey, it's going down. It's going down right now. It's live as it could be, man. Gridiron Guards versus Revenge and Standard. Team Myers, and Saratoga Pirates, man. Shout out to Cup, man. They got a bomb burner going on in the PPR world. Definitely a bomb burner going on. This definitely week 17 championship week, man. You already know what it is. I ain't even really got to go too much into the intros, man. You know, I go by Commissioner Bo, and I got my guys in here. Cool, one of the Midwest monsters.
Me
Yes,
me 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 me
sir.
me 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 me.
Yes, sir, man. And our champ, man, until he's not the champ anymore, he's actually in the championship game right now. And standard, man, Marquise Revenge season, bro. What's good, my guy?
what's happening with you? What's happening with you?
Boy, how y'all feel, man? Like, I mean, I know we just finished kicking it and talking about it a minute ago, but I gotta ask you, Marquise, man, how you feel so far, bro? Two goose ads on the board. I'm gonna pull the score up right quick. If you guys will allow me so we can see what's going on in real time, man, and just talk about it. Here it is, man. Like this is the standard side of things at NPR right now. How you feel, man? Projections mean nothing, but at the same time, you got a nice little league going on.
I'm comfortable, but also I'm not complacent. It's just like it's fantasy. Like as you can see, going into the day this morning, as a matter of fact, I picked up A Rod, and I was like, man, I was confident A Rod. Not even with the projections, just in general. Like it's a divisional game, so he should give me a smooth 15.
Yeah,
Him and then Fairbairn has been one of the most consistent kickers all year long, and yet the championship game, nothing, nothing. Rogers gets benched third quarter, and it's just like, man, there is no way, there is no way. But I'm comfortable with my team. I built a pretty solid team, so it's just here and there, luck been on my side a lot this year. With me facing who I'm facing in the championship, this made it a little bit better to deal with than if I was say if I was facing one of the two in the third place game. Yeah, I'd be sweating right now.
yeah, yeah. We were just talking about that with cool team going off, man, right now, and Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals definitely fighting for a last playoff spot. I don't know if they're gonna get it or not. They definitely need some help, but man, T Higgins went hammer yesterday. If you missed it, with 3 tutties, and Joe Burrow did what he was supposed to do. Did Jamar Chase didn't end up with a touchdown? Did he? I think he just had like over 100 points. He still did good though. Hey, yeah, man. This standard side of things right here, man. I'm about to switch over to PPR. Hey, cool, man. It's time for them Jets to get rid of A Rod, man. Like, gosh, bro, I hate to be so far into next season, but
I mean, for me personally, um, I mean, yeah, I mean, but the truth is, ain't no telling what they'll do because the Jets don't
yeah,
never seem to do what they just one of those franchises. They kind of like us with the Bears. They kind of always seem to mess everything up, even when they shouldn't. But I mean, you got a young Brees Hall, a young Garrett Wilson, young Braylon Allen. O line is still pretty good.
Oh, you're so right.
You still
mhm.
playing solid defense and everything. Uh, I might look to move in a different direction for me personally. But then again, I probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. So, just
Yeah. I said that, man. I don't think I would want it. Aaron Rodgers on my team at the present
No,
moment in time. Not with that.
yeah, I wouldn't have did that. I mean, the Jets kind of that's typical Jet stuff. They kind of always kind of chasing something for whatever reason. And it's almost like they always kind of chasing Bill Belichick's ghost. They always
hmm
Yeah.
chasing Patriots ghost, trying to find some way to one up the Patriots, and that's just never my whole life, most of my adulthood. That's just kind of how it's always been with them.
Yeah.
They don't ever seem to get it right. Those decisions they never seem to get it right. So um,
Yeah.
it's like going back to Mark Sanchez. Like you shouldn't have never really been in that position in the first place. But uh,
Man.
you know, but no, I was through with Aaron Rodgers. I was kind of with it last year. Not through with him, so to speak. But I mean, I was kind of like once a 40-year-old has an Achilles injury, the best of him is behind, right? So it's time to start developing then. Even if you
Yeah.
wanted to move forward with him this year, it was
Yeah.
time to develop, not just put all your chips behind a
Yeah.
40-some-year-old who doesn't really prioritize team. He never has. He prioritizes him, and if he playing well, then he good. But if he ain't playing well, then he don't really care about the team. Y'all
Man,
done
I ain't even look. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Like I ain't even realize. Maybe I didn't want to believe how much of a diva he really is. People used to say it all the time, and maybe I was just like one of those people that was like, "Nah, that ain't him. That's Aaron Rodgers, man. Like he dope, he nice, but he only got one Super Bowl, man, and they praise him like he, you know what I'm saying, should be up there with like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and the boys. But yeah, man, I agree. I definitely agree with you, bro. Hey, here we go right here. What's this PPR side of things? This is live right here, man. Boy, Team Myers, man.
they fighting,
They,
yeah,
boy, I'm talking
fight.
about fighting.
fighting.
Like fighting. Like when I tell you, if it was one week, he needed Tampa Bay because he even did it in the standard side of things, man. Like he damn near had every Tampa Bay player that he could have that that's fantasy relevant. So, that was a
Mm-hmm.
good system that actually worked for him, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I think it worked for him because you look at it right now with Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irvin. Obviously, he don't have Rashad White starting in his lineup, but he did in standard. But Rashad White was putting numbers on the board this year too.
And
So
I want to, and looking at his, like looking at that, it just reminded me too. Um, just kind of looking at his roster or whatever. Big shout outs to, I said this earlier in the year, but I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to him, to Myers for calling on Bucky Irvin, and shout out to
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Revenge for calling Chuba Hubbard that year that he was there,
yep,
man.
yep,
Because it kind of carried both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Bijan is Bijan. You had Jalen Hurts, and you had some guys that you can lean on. But I don't think any of us would have expected Chuba to be double digits pretty much damn near every game. Any game that he played in
yeah,
full, he was damn near double digits every game.
yeah,
On the fantasy side and just
yeah.
football wise, playing his ass off. And Bucky Irvin, he went to my high school. I saw him play a couple of years ago when he was a senior. I didn't think he was that good. And I mean, he's still in the rookie stages, still in the developmental stages. But I didn't
Hmm.
necessarily see him being like a every down NFL guy when I saw him play a few years ago, man. But that shout out to Team Myers and Revenge. That's what it's like when when you in that draft. You like to call. You like to know that them projections mean everything. All
Mm-hmm.
these statisticians and these analysis and all these fantasy
Facts.
football shows, we could do numbers and numbers all day. But at the end of the day, you got to be some type of like prognosticator and be able to see. You got to be able to see something before it happens. And
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. I like seeing the fact that between Myers and Bucky Irvin and between Revenge and Chuba Hubbard is like you see something that everybody else don't see because I respect it. I probably had more respect for Chuba than anybody else did, but it's like I didn't see that. I didn't see somebody that you could go to every week. I didn't see Bucky Irvin doing what he doing. I didn't see I forget who got Alec Pierce. One of them people got Alec Pierce in
I
PPR.
had them, but I dropped them.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody whooped my ass with Alec Pierce earlier this year in PPR. Like guys like that, the ones that you got to be able to see it before it happens. I respect that. So
And you remember, I was, a couple guys in the league made fun of me about you. Oh, you went and got a Carolina running back, and then not mentioning no names, but he ain't on this pod today. But somebody kept telling me Brooks, 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 and I kept telling him, "Now, dog, listen, I saw how Chuba ended the year before. I was like, now, dog, it's
I
Chuba time."
remember. I know who it was. I'm
Yeah,
not going to say his name.
yeah. I try to tell folks, hey, look, I saw something in Chuba. And I know, of course, most of it was, people saying you're biased. It's your team. Of course, most people going to say that because, I was on the CMC train, still is. I was on the CMC train hard when he was in Carolina. Hey, look, this is the greatest running back in NFL history type time. And everybody thought I was crazy till he had that thousand season. Then it was like, oh, well, CMC is worth something. Yeah. Try to tell people.
Yeah. It's so dope. That's why I like about fantasy football, yo. Because I even look at it now, like you got Thielen, right? Thielen went off
Hmm.
for you today in standard, right? I
Yes, sir.
remember I remember the week that I picked him up when he was still on IR. I was like, he coming back. I said, Bryce, somebody gonna need somebody help. Whether it's going to be Andy Dalton or they putting Bryce Young back in the game. He gonna need a
Hmm.
wide receiver because Leggett don't want doing nothing, and then obviously I dropped them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like cool saying and like you saying, man, like that's big respect, bro. Like that guys could be able to do that because you foreseeing like, okay, this could happen this way. And a lot of people don't even know now, like, man, yeah, fantasy football might be ending. This might be the last week for most leagues. You know what I'm saying? Some leagues do stretch it out to 18 weeks. But yeah, that joint don't stop. Like you got to start looking at these college players. You got to start looking at the second year players. You know what I'm saying? Got to start looking at potential trades and stuff like that, man. Like and foresee it, and that's how those drafts come about. You can none of us can predict injuries at all, But other than that, man, I think everybody had a solid team this year. To be honest with you, for the exception of maybe one within pity pat. But other than that, I think everybody had a solid team this year, man. And that this shit dope, bro. Like
yeah,
it's
man.
dope.
I see Josh Jacobs killing them early. fumble for Josh Jacobs early.
Yeah, it was like 12 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. The game had just started. Yup. Yeah, he definitely need Josh Jacobs to come alive, man. Marquise was just talking about that Vikings defense or what have you, man. I do gotta ask y'all a question, man. Saquon, I don't know if you guys seen it, man. He eclipsed that 2,000 mark today. Should he be in the MVP conversation? Everybody saying Lamar already got it sold up. Should he be in that MVP conversation?
He should be there. He should be in the conversation. I believe. I just think that in his case, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we've ever seen it as clear cut as it kind of is,
Yeah.
that's with all due respect to Saquon, bro. The running back position is constantly disrespected and
It
undervalued, dog.
is.
And I don't want to add to that at all. But I don't think it's ever been more clear cut as far as MVP going back to like the Peyton Manning days when Peyton was just the easy MVP every year. It's like what? How do you not put Josh Allen where he is? You know what I mean? How do you not put Lamar where
Yeah.
he is? Because, for Josh Allen, dog, it's got to be so vindicating to have your best regular season, without the quote unquote diva wide receivers that was, pressuring you to throw on the ball, and Gabe Davis running basically two routes his whole career. It's got to be vindicating where it's like, where it's like Josh Allen kind of just got that smirk. I kind of see him after this his press conferences. He kind of got that smirk like, y'all so dumb. Y'all really thought it was me. Y'all really and I'm happy for him, man. But he just is so clear cut, bro. They are carrying. They are the antithesis of what it means to carry a team, dog. And I know Lamar got Derrick Henry, man, but you talking about that's basic. Like you talking about basic handoffs, running game. Whereas Devontae Smith went for what he go for like $125 today.
Two touchdowns.
AJ Brown is a consummate over 100 yards, a touchdown guy. The offensive line is crazy. Jalen Hurts, I think Jalen Hurts still got 7 to 8 rushing touchdowns his damn self. So I think Saquon's team is the only thing that kind of laments it for him, where he don't have to carry them as much as Lamar and Josh is carrying them team.
Right.
Shout out to Saquon. I don't want to disrespect the running back position at all, man, because they already get undervalued. But it's clear cut right now, man. It's either I feel like it's Lamar, but if somebody was to think it's Josh Allen, I'm not mad at them.
Yeah, Marquise, you got any pushback on that, man? On Lamar clear cut, should Saquon at least get some type of recognition? I mean,
Lamar is not the clear cut. To me, Lamar is not clear cut. Don't get me wrong. I like the season he having is crazy. It is really crazy. To
40
me,
something touchdowns.
to me, Josh Allen is like a distant third, maybe fourth when it comes to MVP voting. Right now, it's a two-headed horse to me. It's Saquon and it's Lamar, and I lean more towards Saquon just based off the last time we saw a 2,000-yard rusher, he was the MVP.
AP.
You go back to 2012. AP, why are we like you said yourself, you're not going to disrespect the running back position anymore, as much as what everybody else doing. That's what they're doing now because the season that Henry and Saquon is having are something we haven't seen in a while. And then the thing is, it's rarely been seen. So it's not like what they're doing is often. We've seen seasons that Lamar Jackson is having. We've seen seasons like that before. We've done seen a season where one quarterback basically carried the offense. Cam Newton did that. We done seen Mike Vick do it a few times. We done seen that plenty of times. And we haven't seen but so many times a running back do what Saquon is currently doing. While also it's not like he's playing for a bad team. So it's not like he's the main focal point on the offense. He's doing this on a good team with plenty of other dynamic weapons. AJ Brown, Smith, his quarterback is still there. Remember how the whole thing going into the fantasy season was most running backs do bad in fantasy when they got a rushing quarterback? How is that possible? How is that possible? That really just flipped that narrative on his head. But nobody is paying attention to that. It's like it's more of just
No, no,
Go ahead.
I no. I wanted to piggyback before I just slipped my mind because what you just said, man, it made me feel like, dang, like it's so true that has flipped that narrative because when you look at the man, and no team really got a true fullback anymore. So you
No,
still got to run like you can be run heavy and run that ball like you're supposed to, whether it be your quarterback or whether it be your top running back. So I definitely agree with you like that, man. Like no team really got a true fullback that actually get that rock and pound that rock. Like even when you get to the goal line, man, I don't see nobody running their fullback down there no more.
it's
No
an
more.
extinct position. There is no position. You look at a lot of depth charts, and they probably have a fullback, and I put that in quotation marks, and on the roster, but he's not he barely get playing time. Most of the time, he's a special teamer.
I got
You
one.
don't get no, you don't see no Lorenzo Neal, no Mike Tolbert. You don't see no, what's my man from Tampa Bay, Mike
Like
Allstott. You don't see them type of fullbacks no more. The ones with the big scary shoulder pads that make them look 10 times bigger than what they really is. Like you don't see them no more.
yeah.
So for Saquon to be doing this and he has nothing in front of him like that, I mean, come on, man. I got to give it to Saquon. Especially if he break this next week, he break the record. Yeah, hand that man the trophy, man. Stop playing with him.
My only pushback for you, big dog, is that when you bring up AP, you kind of playing into my point. Name me AP's quarterback that year. Name
Christian
me
Ponder,
name me his. I know who it is.
Sidney Rice.
I remember he was good,
Uh-huh.
good and terrible
Sidney
as under,
Rice.
Yes, he was. And the
Really?
number one wide receiver was Sidney Rice.
and
Sidney
that's,
Rice.
that's that's what I'm saying. See, like that's what I mean. I'm not trying to downplay nothing about it. You got to call a spade, bro. When your quarterback is and by the way, you're saying that we haven't seen the season like that. I get it, but this same team was doing this without him. The Eagles,
DeAndre Swift didn't have nowhere near the same production
no.
as
I'm
Saquon.
talking about the Eagles. The Eagle is not as if the Eagles were at like a downtrodden team.
Mm-hmm.
They've been to a Super Bowl and deep in the playoffs two out of the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And
What
you
you
just proved my
saying
point.
about Adrian,
He's doing this on a good team.
right? But what you saying about Adrian Peterson, that's what I was playing to. When it comes to voters, yeah, a voter is gonna say if I take Adrian Peterson off that 2012 Minnesota Vikings team, they might not win 2 games. If I take Saquon off of this Philadelphia Eagles team, they're gonna make the playoffs. They're not
Oh
gonna
yeah.
they're not gonna dominate, but like he's doing currently. But they're gonna make the playoffs, and they'll probably make a deep run in the playoffs. So I think
So
that
that's
as a voter, you're looking at what the player is bringing to their respective team at that current moment.
so that
So my
look.
question to you, Koo, my question is, so you gonna penalize a guy for being on a better team while also still producing at a elite rate
No, but
compared to the dude.
I'm not gonna penalize Lamar and Josh Allen either, though.
Oh no, it ain't about penalizing them. It's about recognizing something special when you see it. Like this is not like he went from Saquon went from a team where he was the offense to a team where he's now just a part of the offense, and he's still producing even better than when he was the team by himself. That should show you he's the MVP. Lamar Jackson, yes, he's done this. He done had last year. He won MVP. You get what I mean? Josh Allen done had plenty of good seasons where he had that number one wide receiver, and this is his first year doing it without a certified number one. I get that. Saquon is doing this on a in a year where the quarterback Jalen Hurts got like I think he got like 10, 11 touchdowns. He got double digit touchdowns. So that means you doing this in spite of your quarterback taking some work from you. While also they still have to pass the ball. So it's like you put this all into the perspective. If Saquon was still getting the same workload that he was getting in New York, what would the record be at this point? What would his stats actually look like? Like you have to have. I'm looking at things from like a whole nother point, a whole different point of view, like from the opposite end. Like, what would his stats look like if the Eagles' offense was, like the Giants, or half of like what the Giants was, where they had a good quarterback but no wide receivers. Like, think about his stats, like how crazy his stats would be.
Hey. So I'm cool. I don't know if you want to go. You got
No, I was
anything?
just gonna say in reverse.
But
I'm gonna let you
Hmm.
go. But in reverse though, that's kind of what you would say to Lamar Jackson, because we saw Lamar win 2 MVPs without Derrick Henry, and he's having a better season with Derrick Henry.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I think
It's the same thing you just said. He's having a
yeah.
better
I
season
mean, I
with
mean,
Derrick
I mean, uh, I mean, but also his MVP season wasn't nothing special. So it's like saying that he's having a better season. He had one of the worst MVP seasons of all time. That's factual. If you look at all the stats, like dog, come on, man, come on
I,
now.
I
That
really
first
think
MVP,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think they should change the system, man. 38 quarterbacks versus 16 running backs. That's one MVP, only two defensive players. I get it, the
yes.
different positions and stuff like that. But my thing is, like, me personally, I take this all the way back to where I thought, I forgot what year it was, but where I think it was Dirt or Steve Nash won MVP over Kobe Bryant. I'm taking it in the
Both
basketball
of
sense.
them, both of them
Um,
did it.
the guy was averaging 40 to 60 points. Like, he had a whole stretch where he was just nothing but 60-point games,
That was
right?
the year Steve Nash won it. Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Nash, and I'm looking at it like in a sense, like, and I'm just telling y'all a story right now, and I'm gonna get back to the football where I'm trying to explain it. And I'm just looking at it in a sense like this, man. The MVP is so rigged in my view, because, like you guys saying, like, all of these players that we're naming, Saquon, Lamar Jackson, they on good teams, right? I thought the
Hmm.
MVP supposed to be someone that actually make their team better. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, that's what I was always taught all throughout the years. Like, the MVP actually supposed to make their team better. So when I seen like the snub of like a Kobe Bryant not going over a Dirt or a Steve Nash, where his team was obviously not better than those Dallas teams or whatnot like that, or those Phoenix teams, and then we reverse it to the football side of things. I'm just like, yo, I like Lamar Jackson. I feel like he's had incredible success in the NFL. But
Hmm.
I just chalk MVP up to me, like you guys chalk it up for how y'all chalk it up. I chalk it up to me like at the end of the season, bro. Like, you do all of that and you still can't get past the Chiefs in the playoffs to get to a
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
But
I,
we can't think about that when you're talking about
Yeah,
winning
I,
Super
I
Bowl.
I understand, but it's just like
Um,
those things like that. I'm like, yo, there you add Derrick Henry, like you just said, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you add Derrick Henry, like, your team already been good. Like, what Josh Allen is doing, he may not have the 43 touchdowns or the running ability like a Lamar Jackson. Man, Josh Allen, man, the Bills lost pretty much everything, bro.
hmm
He pretty much lost everything. Like, just like Saquon, like, I feel the same way. Like, Josh Allen should be like up there talking
Dog,
about MVP. Like,
that
they already calling it.
Bills team, bro. I promise you, that Bills team is not that great. That Bills
No, not
team
at
is not
all.
that great. They
Yeah, it's
don't
not.
have like no. It's not like no phenomenal route runners, no crazy. Like, I respect James Cook. James Cook is an every down back, but
Yeah,
I mean the tight end position is whole hum. Like, it's all him, bro. It's all
hmm
him.
all him.
And
That's why I feel like he
most of
should
the
be winning the
time he's
MVP.
creating out and scrambling to wait for them to get open, because the
Yeah,
truth is Shakir is not like a blazing fast dude.
Nope.
Not Schultz.
yeah.
Kincaid is like he's like running in mud half the time.
And that's
And
when he's healthy.
Not
you
yeah.
know, you know,
Not
Or
say he
Knox.
just there.
Yeah,
Keon Coleman is just young. He don't really know. He's not a route runner, so to speak. So I mean, it's
Hmm.
really Josh creating
yeah,
everything, bro.
man.
And I can't overlook that, dog. And then
Yeah,
for me, the reason that I'm willing to go in for, because I understand what y'all are saying to the court to the situation about the quarterback. But here's what I just thought about. We didn't. I don't remember. I wasn't with y'all at the time back then, and I think it was, what was that, 2016, I believe, when
hmm,
Derrick Henry already went for 2,000 yards.
Hmm.
What was that, 2016 or 17, I believe. Uh,
Yep.
and I wasn't with y'all at the time, but I don't remember nobody screaming for Derrick Henry to be the MVP.
and
And
I
to your point
was
about
like, it's
and
crazy.
to your point of the Kobe thing, when it came to making the team better, I vividly remember that team's my favorite. Kobe's my that's
Yeah.
rest
The
Yeah,
in
go.
yeah. That's
But go
not.
ahead.
You ain't got to
Go
explain
ahead. Yeah.
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 it.
Go ahead.
The goat.
I live
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Go ahead. We understand. We understand.
I live in that with Kobe. So it's like it that Lakers team, that was an eighth seed team that got bounced out
Hmm.
in 5 games.
Hmm.
So the truth of the matter is, to your point of what you just said about Josh Allen getting bounced by the Chiefs, Kobe was getting bounced out every year,
Yeah.
and that's why somebody would look at it and say
Not every year. It was just 2 years, '05 and '06.
it was 3 years. It was
Wait,
oh
they
three,
the first year.
it was
Oh
oh
four
four, oh
they
five.
lost in the they lost oh four they lost in the finals to the to the what's their name, to the Pistons.
I know. I'm
Ben
talking about
Wallace
oh
and the
4,
boys.
oh 05. And then
Yeah.
that's
Then
the
we
Eagle
lost to the
Colorado.
Celtics in '08.
That's the
Yeah,
Colorado
because
year. And then
in the meantime we lost to Phoenix in 04, 05. I think we lost to Phoenix both years if I'm not mistaken. 04, 05 and 06, 07.
but you got to think about it. If Stoudemire don't jump off that bench, which I still don't think he should have got suspended, but they suspended Stoudemire for jumping off the bench
Yeah.
during that San Antonio Spurs series. If he
Yeah.
don't do that, Steve Nash is probably playing in the finals, and he's probably playing for a championship, as opposed to Kobe getting swept out in four. I think it was 4 games.
Nah,
5 games.
I
You know what I
definitely
mean?
agree. It's just one of those things, man. Like how we leveraging the MVPs like that, man. I don't think it's fair.
Because to me, the MVP is the best player in the league, no matter what position, no matter what team. He's literally the man that's literally producing the best out of any position. Or you can literally say, no matter what position, this cornerback is the best cornerback. He's a better cornerback than this quarterback is a quarterback. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't understand this whole thing where the MVP has to be the quarterback. It's not just a quarterback award. Legit, most valuable player. Who's the most valuable to their team?
Josh Allen is right now. To me, Josh Allen is. I said Saquon, but Josh. I said that after Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen for me, man. Like, but I remember when we were saying, man, Buffalo done. They ain't even gonna make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
and yeah, that's another reason why I say Josh Allen is in my MVP discussion because I was when we first, I think it was our first episode after the draft this year. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, Buffalo done. I'm so glad. I was rejoicing. Yes, they're gonna see Josh Allen for what he is. He's a baller. He's a baller.
Me
He
too.
ain't Cam Newton, but he's a baller. He's a baller.
yeah, man. That's how I look at it, yeah. Man, that's a dope ass take, fellas. Like, I just wanted to be fair for real, when it comes to it. I mean, we keep talking about Lamar Jackson. Lamar is great. I've
Yeah,
seen this before though. I've seen this with Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? Like I know this. I've seen this story before. I just want him to get over that hump, man. Like I'm rooting for him for real, for real. You know, even Saquon breaking like Eric Dickerson record and stuff like that. Like I want him. I want it to happen. I definitely want it to happen. But boy, if Josh Allen take the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl, man,
but
look.
Would
by
you?
that time though, the award is gonna already be out. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah,
They're
it's
gonna
gonna be
already be
out, but
done
I'm just
voted.
saying, like when we get into February and we start talking about who in the Super Bowl, and if Buffalo, people already picked Detroit and Buffalo. That was my pick for the Super Bowl pick. I don't know what y'all guys picked were, but I did pick Buffalo and Detroit to make the Super Bowl this year. And if that happened, just Buffalo getting there, man, I think he just like he should be in another upper echelon. We shouldn't be discussing MVP no more with him because I just feel like that's a major feat right there. Granted,
True.
what
Would
his
you play?
teammates.
Would you play? I was just sitting here looking at Saquon's press conference. Would you play Saquon next week
Against
Yes.
if you the
who they
coach?
play?
They they play the Giants.
Hey,
Yes.
Saquon gonna say no, and he's so humble because I remember Nick Sirianni was one of those games that he actually he needed like probably like 5 more yards to get 100 yards. He was on the
Yeah,
consistency level,
yeah.
and he told him he was like, "Nah, I'm good. Let the young boys eat. If he do,
That's what he just said a minute ago too. That's
yeah, I figured that."
that's what he
He's
just
so
said.
humble, man. That's why I love Saquon, man. Like,
Cause he
you
want to
know,
win. He
yeah.
want to win.
Yeah, he humble, man. You can't hit a guy like that. I don't care who you repping and what team your division in or whatnot. Like it's just those guys right there, man. That's generational, man. So that's big time, bro. Big time.
If he wasn't playing his old team, I would say I wouldn't even think about putting him in pads. But because it's the Giants,
He should do
I might like because I got a little bit
it.
of I got a little pettiness.
Yeah, nah,
Right?
I get it. I
So
get
I
it.
would I go get 101 because he need 101 yards.
$101.
I would go get 101 and come out the game.
Yeah, come out the game.
And come out the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he'll
yeah,
get that in the first quarter.
That's what I'm saying.
they
So,
should.
but
They definitely should.
yeah,
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 man.
that's dope.
Hey, bro. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles just blew out the Dallas Cowboys today. Hey man, let's get into before we get out of here, man. I do gotta ask y'all, man, because I don't think I did. Who y'all looking at right now for y'all to be y'all potential? Like, I look at it. I'm gonna ask y'all this question like this: like that team. that could be or make some noise. Obviously, we don't know really too much of what the playoff bracket look like right now because it could change drastically. But at the same time, who is that team that y'all looking at, like that Giants team that won and beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, that y'all could be like, man, shoot, they can make a run. They can actually make
Uh,
a run. Outside of the ones you already know, either got a bye week like the Chiefs and the Lions and teams like that. But because I'm looking at the Vikings and Green Bay right now, and I'm like, which team out of those two could actually make a run? Because they mimic each other to me.
Green Bay was the first team that came to my mind, but as a Chicagoan, I can't really say them first in anything. I was trying to avoid saying that,
Yeah,
but that's I would say that's the first thing came to my name. I wouldn't want to play them. They didn't got healthy, uh,
hmm
and they got a run game now. Even though I'm,
yeah,
I'm looking at I'm looking at I'm looking at the Saratoga Pirates. Josh Jacobs kind of selling them out a little bit today, but
yeah.
most of the season, they got a solid run game now, and I wouldn't want to, and it's about to get cold, so I wouldn't want to play them. So yeah, I wish it was somebody else besides the effing Packers, but yeah.
Who was that team for you, Marquise?
I'm a Minnesota. Even though
Minnesota.
I don't, yeah, you know me. When Sam Darnold was on Carolina, I was so big. I was like, man, I really do think if he got the time to just be coached right, y'all. Like I kept saying it, and everybody was like, Sam Darnold trash. And then I felt alone because Carolina ruined another good quarterback,
Right.
and and I was like, man, yeah, Sam Darnold trash, Sam Darnold. But now I was like, man, I should have stuck with my guns and just been like, yeah, because I really do like Sam Darnold. I don't think he's a great quarterback, but he's not terrible as what they try to make him seem either. It was just a product of a lot of coaches not having patience and not realizing what they had. Like they want everybody to come out the gate and be Pat Mahomes, and Pat Mahomes sat for a year. People fail to realize that he didn't come out the gate starting. He sat behind Alex Smith. People failed to realize that. And the Chiefs were a good team when Pat Mahomes got to him because when Alex Smith was there, they were still averaging 11 to 12 wins a season.
Kareem Hunt, Alex Smith. I remember the boys.
Yeah, like
Definitely.
what I mean. It's just like something with a lot of these young quarterbacks, i.e., Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, he regressed." Nah, he just had a good season, and it's just one of those. It's a learning curve. A lot of these young quarterbacks that they trying to write off so fast is going to end up being the ones that carry this league because yeah, it's a business. They keep treating it like a business, okay, but also in the business you got to give your business time to flourish. You can't just make moves off one bad year. You're gonna lose money some years, but most businesses does that. That's productive. If they're gonna make a lot of money, hey, they're gonna lose a little money to begin with.
No, that's actual factual, bro. Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm definitely going with either Green Bay or Minnesota, man, on the NFC side of things. AFC, it's so I'm not gonna say it's wide open for me. Denver, I thought if Denver would have beat the Bengals, I thought maybe that was my like sleeper team, my dark horse team right there that could make and shake some things up in the AFC. But it's so wide open for me. Chargers, man, J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins, boy, man, he's actual. Like he actually came back, man, and he took his shit back. He was like, "Give me my keys, man. I need my car," and he did what he was supposed to
Mm-hmm.
do. Justin Herbert, Lat McConkey came alive. Like, yeah, man, they ultimately a threat getting into that playoffs right there, man. For real, for real. And then outside of that, those the two teams for me. Definitely the two teams
I
for
was
me.
gonna say Los Angeles too.
Yeah, those definitely the two teams for me.
Hey,
I
can
don't
I
know too
can I
much.
can I put a little? I like that point that Marquise just made. I just wanna bring up just a little slightly different perspective to it.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
get
The
it, bro.
older I get, the older I think most of us will get. We start to realize that it's just as many bad franchises as it is bad quarterbacks. Growing
Yeah,
up, I thought if a dude couldn't complete a pass or if he was just throwing pick sixes and shit, it's like, hey, you just trash, dog. Like you can't
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
play.
yeah.
Then the older you get, you realize that the week starts on Monday. You come in on Monday if the facility is trash, your coach is trash, and the owner is doing fuddy duddy blah 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 blah. Ain't nobody
Uh
spending
huh.
no money. The locker room is depleted. Don't nobody like nobody. They in there having locker room fights and having player meetings every day because ain't nobody showing up.
Mm-hmm.
know, the older you get, you realize that franchises deplete teams just as much as the locker room does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that point that he just made to that. But what I will say though, I also am a little stringent more when it comes to the NFL guys, only because we only do that with the white quarterbacks. And I don't want to make this a
Yeah.
race. We are NPR football. We love football. This ain't about nothing about race. This ain't about this side or that side. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I was just arguing with my brother the other day about Mitchell Trubisky, and he was like, "Man, you know, when we had John Fox screwed it up, and they brought in this dude and that dude," and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, "Dog, y'all, that man had 5 years. Don't get me wrong. I know my Bears franchise is not a good. We not a real run franchise." But I give you
Mm-hmm.
5 years and you look like the same dude in year 5 that you did in year 1. Alex Smith, same thing, what you brought up. Until he got to
Yeah.
Andy Reid, he looked like the same dude in year 4 that he did in year 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
When it came to Sam Darnold, yes, I realized that Carolina, the way they run the franchise, he was never going to be great there. But it's like, dog, you get 3, 4 cracks at this, man. This the NFL, dog. This is
Yeah.
big boy pants. You get
Not
three
for
Yeah.
long.
you get 3, 4, 5 cracks to be a start, one of the 32 premier quarterbacks on planet Earth, and you just
Mm-hmm.
constantly just shit in the bed. I'm not gonna keep blaming franchises for that. So
Yeah.
so
That's true too.
only because I'm looking at Justin Fields, dog. My man started 4-2. No, it wasn't the greatest, prettiest looking 4-2 you ever seen, but the
Yeah.
man
But it was
started
still
4-2.
4-2.
But the man started 4-2. They went in another direction, and now he's hanging in the balance because he don't have a contract. He's still on a rookie deal, so they ain't, you know what I mean. And now, and Russ is out there just mediocring as he always has,
Right.
just being good old mediocre Russ. So it's like where's that humbug for Justin Fields to get up to? Hey man, they ruined it. I watched the Bears ruin his career,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
ain't nobody humbugging to get him back. So I mean, I don't want to make this a race thing. Anybody that's watching this from the outside, dog, please don't get it twisted. I love everybody, but I just think that we go out of our way. Look at how Lamar got criticized the year he didn't
Mm-hmm.
compete. He
Yeah,
was
that's right.
still carrying the team. They couldn't
Yeah.
run an offense without his legs. You literally had to run the Baltimore Ravens offense behind his legs because they couldn't do nothing else. They weren't signing receivers. Receivers didn't want to play there because they was running the football too much.
Yep.
And he still got criticized for every single loss. He still do today. Anytime they lose, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna criticize him. So it's like, I just always kind of I'm just poignant when it comes to NFL, dog. It's big boy pants. If you've been in the league 4 or 5 years and you still shit in the bed, throwing pick sixes and not and can't complete over 60% of your passes, I can't just keep blaming the franchise for that.
It's time to go. It's time to go. You sure we give you 5 years? It's time to go. I don't
Yeah,
even know.
yeah.
I mean, rookie contracts 4 years. What more do you want?
Because he had Cam, because Marquise, you had Cam down there in Carolina, bro. Y'all weren't signing no big name receivers. It
At
wasn't
all.
no that offensive line when Ryan Khalil and them left. They really didn't replace them like that. He was out there running for his life, and nobody was like making excuses for, oh well,
Yeah.
look at what the franchise is doing. It's all
Yeah.
on Cam.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
all Cam washed up.
Yeah.
He can't
That's
throw
what
the
I'm
ball.
saying.
He ain't got time to throw.
So when
Yeah.
it comes to these Mitchell Trubisky's and Alex Smiths and these Sam Darnolds, I don't do a lot of crying, bro. There's the Zach Wilson thing. I know everybody clamoring for Zach Wilson to get back because the Jets was trash with him and they trash without him. They should get Zach Wilson. And look, dog, if you trash multiple years in a row, that's on you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's on you.
If it walk like a duck, I ain't got to say the rest.
Yeah, the franchise
It's
is trash. We know, but
Yeah.
you can perform. I done watched Tyrod Taylor go to 3, 4 different trash teams and
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 still perform.
and,
yeah.
and perform and turn them back around.
And he
It,
got robbed the starting spots at every single one. Tyrod should be a
Facts,
starting quarterback right now.
facts.
yeah.
That
I'm
man
gonna tell you
two
something.
inches. That man two
I'm gonna,
inches taller than me.
he
I'm
is.
like I'm 5'9", bro. That man 2 inches taller than me. I stood next to him in a football game about 5 years ago. That's a little man, and he be dart throwing darts,
Yes.
and nobody make them excuses
Tyrod.
for guys like him. So it's like, I'm yeah, I'm kind of I'm sensitive about that subject, man. Because when it comes to quarterbacks, boy, they will make some excuses for them boys, man.
Yes.
That's
Oh, yes,
definitely
they real.
that's definitely true. All right. Speaking of Tyrod, man, from the crib, man, Mike Vick got that Norfolk State gig, man. I'm eager. I'm
Yes,
eager,
sir.
man. Just across the Berkeley Bridge, man. I'm going to see him play. I can't wait.
Yeah, me
Can't
too.
wait to
I'm a
support him.
Spartan for right now, even though I'm still a Tar Heel for life.
Yeah, yeah, definitely gonna support him, man. Um, Man, great takes they got on takes today, man, guys. For real, for real. Hey, we got games still going on right now. Dolphins versus Browns, 3-3. Vikings, Packers, 7-3. Buffalo Bills blew out the Jets today, 40-13. 40-14. Jacksonville
Ooh.
Jaguars got a win today against the Titans, 20-13. Buccaneers, man, took care of business against the Panthers, 48-14. Raiders got a
Yeah.
win today, 25-10 against the Saints, and obviously the Eagles beat the Cowboys 41-7. And the Giants, man, the Giants ain't taking. I guess they said, hey,
Yeah.
we get whoever is available because they
They
definitely.
saw that Colorado game and was like, you know what? We could afford to win a couple more games. Shadur be
Man,
there for us.
I ain't gonna lie. I had to turn the game last night, man. I was like, I just couldn't take no more of it, man. I was
I
like,
ain't even
nah. I
watch it.
was on
I was
another
like,
game.
yeah. I ain't gonna watch
B-
that mess.
BYU definitely, man. That front four, that defensive line, man. That offensive line, Colorado got one standing up for nothing, boy. Every time I looked at the TV, Shador was on the ground.
Yeah,
Oh, he was
running
running
for his
for his
life.
life. He was running for his life, bro.
And now
That boy.
Dion about to take off to the NFL too.
He might. He definitely might.
I don't
Hey,
think he's gonna stay in Boulder.
he probably not too long. Probably not too long. Yeah, man. Hey, big game tonight. Obviously tomorrow night we have the Lions and the 49ers. That will actually close out fantasy football, man. Somebody gonna be deemed either champ or not. We got
Yeah,
a big game going on tonight. The Falcons and the Commanders are both winning their end. So uh yeah, go DC, man. It's supposed to be raining in DC tonight. So yeah, I sure hope my team do what
let's
they
go, B.
supposed to
John.
do. And yeah, man, that's just what it is, man. Yeah. So yeah, when we see each other again, guys, man, it's gonna be the all season, man. Get everybody paid, all the champs paid. Once the season close out, trophies will be made and what have you. And we'll get into the all season, man. We got a lot of voting to do, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of shit
Hold
to
on,
square away.
Commish. Tell them about the threads, Commish. We fly up
Hey,
in here.
oh, I forgot
Oh,
about that.
hold on.
Yes,
We fly.
Yeah,
sir.
Hey, we
yeah.
fly
Hey,
up in there.
The birch is in.
You
hey,
feel me?
shout out to the Midwest Monsters, man. Outlast shirts, man. Shout out to my brother Cool, man, for looking out for us,
Oh,
bro.
it ain't showing it.
Appreciate
There
you.
we go.
Let's get it. Let's
Shout
get
out
it.
to my
Cut
boy. Hey
that
man,
head.
everybody listening, man.
Please
Outlast
shout them
Shirt,
out.
outlastshirts.com, man. Follow that man on Outlast T-shirts on Instagram on all sites, man. That's my dog. Yeah, he definitely got us fly. We got merch coming for the league, all you
Yes,
NPR.
sir.
And and obviously we got other things coming up in the works, more leagues to come in. So uh, I'm looking forward to it, man. That's something I always kind of anything I'm a part of. I don't care if it's a church event, man. I
Yeah,
like to get people fly, man.
Yes, sir.
I like to look good.
definitely.
I'm kind of cut from that Dion cloth. You look good, you play good, they pay good.
You,
So
yes, sir.
Hey, you
And
better
look,
say
in the
that.
midst of all of that, you definitely gonna feel good because I feel good in this shirt right now, man. And like I said, it's plenty more merch coming, man. NPR, you already know what it is. It's coming, man. Definitely coming, man. But we got our first joints or what have you, man. Got Commish up there. Cool, got his name.
Yeah.
Revenge got his name. Cup got his name on his. Hey, and there's more coming, man. We got some dope ideas, man. Definitely dope ideas, man. We appreciate you, cool, on this one, man. But yeah, man. All season after tonight and then after tomorrow night, all season is coming. It's coming fast, man. And I feel like it's gonna be busy. But once we continue to be busy, before we know it, that's August will be here, man. Marquise always said, bro, when it gets like right in that February month or what have you, and you be like 160 days. Or he'll text me, be like,
Yeah.
how many days we got? I'd be like, we got about 152 days. man, before you know it, that joint be right around the corner, man. We be drafting
30
again,
days.
man.
Yeah.
Right, as soon as we get past the NFL draft, man, and the combine and stuff, they be right there, man, right back in fantasy football. Hey, but hey, I'm proud of us, man, for real, man, and we get back on our consistency game or what have you. We definitely got basketball talk coming too, man. We got to get into it, guys.
Ooh,
All of us,
yeah.
shoot, you already know what it is, man. Like we ain't gonna have no football. I mean, we still got the football talk coming, but basketball is definitely ramping up, man. Definitely
Gonna have to
ramping
get
up.
into what is the other football? The UFL? Hey, I've been paying attention to a little bit of it. That's all right too. That's all
Yeah, I
right.
definitely need to check that out. Definitely need to check that out for real, man. But hey, Team Myers and Saratoga Pirates, man. Good luck for the rest of your game, cause y'all needs. Yeah, y'all balling. Look at
All
that right there.
Yeah, that's a
I don't
dog.
know.
That's a dog fight. Fight back, Myers. I see you, baby.
Yeah, he definitely need Jay Jonas to do what he's supposed to do, man. Definitely need him. And then we go on to just want to check this out before we
Hey,
get off.
shout out to Gridiron Gods, man. It don't matter whether it don't matter
Yeah,
whether you win or lose, dog.
yeah,
First year in the league, man.
Seventh seed.
Seventh, yeah.
yeah.
I think he had a 500 record too, like 7-7
Yeah.
like that. And he managed his team well, man. So shout out to him, man. And I think last year, I remember you said last year was Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was his first year too.
That was his first in
Uh-huh.
PPR. Yep, he
All the
came
great
in
first
and
year
did
in
what he's supposed
PPR.
to do.
Yeah, man. I need some of that beginner's luck. Hell,
Yeah, I had it when it started, but then it fell apart in the championship game, and they ain't been back
Hey,
since. But
cool.
that's
It was just
another topic for
unfortunate
another
this year, man. You had to run into me both times. That was just unfortunate. That was all that was.
day.
that's what's gonna bother me all off season. That's what's gonna bother me all off season.
Hey, cool.
That right there is gonna
Hey,
bother me.
cool. Hey, cool. Hey, look. I'm gonna say it this one time, and then the turn of the year, I ain't even gonna bring it up till you do. I went 3-0 against you in PPR. I went 2-1 against you in standard. I'm just throwing that out there.
Your closest games of the year was against who?
It was you though.
You blew
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
else
yeah,
out. You
yeah,
blew
yeah, yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Our first PPR matchup, I think it was like 3 points. It was that. Yeah,
Yeah, y'all games was
yeah,
definitely close. Definitely
yeah.
close.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's gonna
Hey,
bother me, man, because that means I had bad management skills.
and
I mismanaged some plays. Like last week we could talk about it. I left Xavier
Yeah.
Worthy on the bench. I left
mhm.
I forget which one I left somebody else down. But yeah, man, I just mismanagement, just trying to prognosticate too much
But
instead
I
of
couldn't even be mad at you with the Worthy benching, but I mean
At
for real,
all.
because it ain't like you like consistently really started him this year because he been so inconsistent.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That Chiefs
You
defense.
would have never thought he was gonna get that amount of
Yeah.
points. Yeah, I don't even blame you for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't blame you for that one at all. It's just something that it just this time of the year, man, like where I just always be like, man, I just make it to the playoffs, make it to the playoffs. I actually enjoy the regular season more than the playoffs. Cause I'm just like, it don't matter, bro. Like players always boom that you expect not to boom.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought Adam Thielen, the old man, would have just put up 22 points today on standard, bro? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Who really thought that T. Higgins was going? He had
Put
three
up
tutties.
30. Yeah,
Yeah, he outperformed Jamar Chase, and I'm saying it now, man. Like he really need Jamar Chase back, yo. Like
yeah.
the Cincinnati Bengals gonna have to pay for him.
If not, he gone.
Hey, I gotta right now, man. One of our early off-season episodes is gonna be a good one too, man. Of trying to the free agent pool this year. Somebody about to get a T Higgins. Somebody about to get a Sam Darnold, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody is more than likely. I personally think about to get a Devontae Adams and a couple other dudes. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good free agency year, man.
Yeah.
It's some real skilled dudes. I'm kind of mad y'all locked up Chuba Hubbard because I was kind of looking forward to him being.
And the crazy thing is, I told Cup that was going to happen like a month before they actually gave him the contract. Remember, we was all up. I'm like, nah, we're going to extend him.
Jonathan
We're going to
Brooks.
extend him. And
I
then
was
he ended
saying
up tearing
Brooks.
his ACL again. So now we got to wait to see what he actually going to look like. So it's like, man, I'm glad we did got Chuba done. I'm glad we did. And next year, I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody in the league, don't touch Chuba. He mine. He might
Oh
both
shit! You
leagues.
better have a number one pick because you already know he gonna be
He
on top
might.
of the list. He gonna be he. I know he top 5 next year, bro. I know he is. It's gonna be Jameer Gibbs number one. Either him or
Uh,
Saquon. Either
Saquon,
him or
yeah.
Saquon. Yeah, either him or
Saquon,
Saquon.
Jameer
It's gonna be
Gibbs,
Saquon.
Bijan.
Yeah,
You can't even leave out Bijan.
yeah. You can't leave out Bijan,
I
but
know.
I'm just
I know
looking at
who's not going to be a top 5 pick,
who
and
is
probably
that.
not even a first round pick this year. Actually, I know for a fact next year, Brees Hall would not go in the first round.
Nah, he shouldn't even been up there this year. We said that though. That was based just off hype of Aaron
Hmm
Rodgers actually coming back. You know what I'm saying? And
I
actually
told
playing.
people, I was like, Brees Hall is one of the ones. I don't think I'll be going out there. Everybody was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell y'all.
CMC and Jonathan Taylor, they definitely to me, man. They fall outside my top 10.
I'm
Oh
actually
yeah.
I'm actually real interested to see. And I'll admit I kind of did this a little bit too. We was talking about it at the top of the show with Josh Allen. I'm kind of interested to see going into the because you know time heals all wounds. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
interested to see who get that selective amnesia. Because if you really want to redraft, you know Baker Mayfield should be a top pick.
yeah,
Bo Nix might should be a top pick. Like
Hmm
you know, y'all already know this time next draft season, when it comes draft season, ain't nobody gonna be thinking about Bo Nix in the second round. You know what I'm saying?
nah,
No,
you know how it go.
Nobody's
You
gonna
know
be
how it
thinking
go.
like nobody's gonna be
that's what.
taking Baker Mayfield in the third round. But the truth is, they earned that. You
Yeah,
know, they kind of earned that. You know, as far as dudes that we might have put on a pedestal, like
yeah,
a Kyler Murray. I know I did that.
Uh-huh.
I did that in the off season, like
yeah.
with the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. and his him moving his legs, getting healthy, and running the football. I overhyped Kyler Murray, and now if you ask me, I'll take Baker Mayfield over Kyler Murray any day. I'll take
Yeah.
I'll take Sam Darnold over Kyler Murray right now.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's some other positions like that, even tight end, bro. I might draft a tight end if I can't get Brock Bowers, or
Stay away
Kendrick
from him.
Brown.
Stay
Listen,
away from my guy.
if I can't get him, I'm drafting tight ends when I draft my kicker.
Yep.
They go,
Double digits.
yep,
Yeah, yeah.
Double digits.
Never.
Hey
yeah,
man. Also, this I'm glad Cool brought it up. This is where we start building our top 12s for each position for next year. I'd start doing this now. Like, oh, well, normally I'm gonna start doing the 24. Because it's 12 people in our league, so I'm gonna start doing top 24s with starting now, just based off how everybody, how they look ending the year, and of course where they finish in total points and whatnot.
yep.
And I think I'm gonna go with it because I realized, like, cool. Appreciate you for pointing that out. I got a knack for picking out certain things that people don't. Hey, I'm about to start doing that because then maybe I can help a lot of other people out that see some things that I see and they just needed somebody else to put it out there for
That's it. That's how we
I
grow.
tried to get
That's
you to stop shitting on Bo Nix earlier this year. You was
them.
telling
You
me how
did,
you
you
you.
did.
I
But
was
hey,
like,
hey, that's
hey,
from
hey,
watching college film. That's from watching him in college and
yeah.
realizing
Hey,
like
Bo
Bo
Nix,
Nix is
boy.
hey,
Bo Nix
he's
won
not
me some
it.
games this year. Bo
But
Nix got me
now
to the playoffs.
Bo Nix balling, and and that all goes back to hey, give these rookie time, put them in the right system. They be even though I hate Sean Payton, put them with the right coach. Hey man, you never know what could happen.
Nah, you never know, man. I go as far as Joe Mixon, bro. Joe Mixon did not bring Myers to the
And we
final
was right
championship,
about
bro.
that from the jump. We was right
You know
about
what I'm
Mixon from
saying?
the jump.
Like I look at stuff like that. Even though he had a hell of a season, he didn't do what he was supposed to do in the playoffs. Obviously, other players was like that too. There's a lot of other players like that, but there's a lot of other players I know I'm not trusting no more, man. Like you can't pay
Yeah,
me to draft a Kyle Pitts. You can't
A
pay me
Rod.
to draft Kyle Pitts. I'm not drafting him no more. I'm good.
hell, Mahomes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mahomes.
yeah,
Mahomes is not fantasy relevant right now. Until he
Yeah,
get back
dog.
to
at
it,
all,
he's
at
coasting,
all.
man. Like one thing about the Chiefs, I'm just looking at it like this, man. Like they, some people said they fell off. I'm one of the people that say I think they just bored waiting till the playoffs to come.
No, they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't.
They just bored. They waiting for the playoffs.
Because
They
they knew
ain't
they
fell
was
off
gonna make the
nothing.
playoffs.
Yeah. They're just trying to stay healthy and wait to the playoffs. The coast right in and keep it moving, man.
Hey,
So
love you, Lamar, and shout out to Josh Allen. But you gotta fight for your right
yeah.
to Lombardi.
Hey, they could three-peat. They could three-peat. They
I
definitely
hope they
could
don't.
three-peat.
Lord, please
Gosh
don't let them go.
almighty. It very well can
Anybody,
happen. I
Issa
don't see
coming.
anybody
nobody
but them.
challenging them.
Issa coming.
I don't see nobody challenging them. Nobody challenging them for real. Not even the Detroit Lions right now, man. Detroit got to get healthy
Detroit,
on defense.
Detroit ain't even gonna come out the NFC. I think the NFC goes through Philly.
Yeah, I look. I don't even think it go through Philly. Hey, we beating them on first round. That 7 seed.
Y'all got to
Calling
go
it.
to Philly. Yeah,
I'm calling it.
no.
I'm
I
calling
love
it.
it. I love the
I'm
confidence,
calling
but
it.
nah,
I am
no.
calling it. And then look, then we lose the next week, but we beat in Philly. I'm
Hey,
calling it.
listen. I love the confidence, but a rookie QB Philly in the playoffs.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
You
I'm
know,
calling
Philly
it.
still got them old school fans. So yeah,
Yeah, we do too. But it is what I'm calling it.
but
Yeah,
y'all, they ain't in Washington. They ain't gonna be in Washington. They gonna be in
nah,
Philly, and they
you
may
right.
call it the city of brotherly love, but they don't do anything but show love.
I'm calling it, man. I'm definitely calling it. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at
I'm
like
calling it.
Jalen.
Hey! I tell you, I love the confidence, but that's gonna be tough.
I ain't mad at
Look, I ain't said nothing about no Super Bowl or nothing. We'll win that round and then we'll lose the next one, but I'm calling that one. We're gonna beat
I
them.
ain't mad at that only because listen, it hopefully listen, man. He's a pretty strong ass dude, so I don't want no smoke. But if Jalen Hurts is watching this, I'm not changing my thought. You still overrated, dog.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
still
He
overrated.
is. We talked about me and
What?
Cool. Me and Cool talked about this. I think the episode that you missed, bro. But yeah, I did. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same thought with him,
Wow!
man. I always said that. And look, I
Oh,
always said. I'm gonna be honest with you. I said every Alabama quarterback to me was overrated.
Every
For me
single one.
personally.
Every
For
single
me personally.
yeah.
I even said
I
my
can't.
USC Trojans. Like every one of them is
Ah.
yeah.
Oh wait! Oh, y'all said every quarterback. Whoa! Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce
Overrated.
Young. None of them.
Overrated.
None of them are
No, Bryce,
overrated at all.
I can't put Bryce in it right now. He's too young. I'm talking about the ones that's been in the sauce. That's been
For sure.
yeah,
Jalen
no, the
Hurts
ones
ain't.
that been in the sauce.
Jalen Hurts my guy. That's one of my guys. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, he's not rated where he actually need to be because they don't talk in terms of. I hate how they do this. Like if Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, it shouldn't just be them two. Jalen Hurts is definitely in the same category with them two. I
No,
don't.
the hell
You
he,
can
no, the hell he
Yeah,
you
the
ain't.
tush.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
I guess you
check the
said the tush
stats.
push got him there.
Hey! It don't
The
matter
tush
how he got
push.
there. The stats back it up. It don't matter how he got the stats. He still have the same stats. Last year, him and Josh Allen was tied with 15 touchdown rushing apiece. And no matter how he got it, he still got it.
Is that what your eyeballs told you? Or is that what
Oh yeah.
is that what the
Oh
stats
yeah.
told you, or is that what
Hey,
your
listen.
eyeballs told you?
I watched a lot of Philly this year and last year. And last year I knew what their problem was. Their defense and offense just won't go on. Like
Their defense about to fall apart.
no. Them boys
They
different. They
just
hungry
played
this year.
Dallas.
They
No, no,
Look,
they
no.
that defense about
their
to fall
defense
apart.
different this year. They young and they hungry. They different this year.
Hey, I don't mess with that roll tab, but that Jalen Carter dog, that is a
No,
dog.
hey, Jalen Carter
Man,
is my
Hey,
guy.
hey,
man.
hey! First
But
of
CJ
all, cool.
Gardner
Hold
Johnson,
on. First of all,
CJ
both of y'all
Gardner
gonna stop
Johnson, all of them.
disrespecting. Hey, Jalen Carter is not a roll tide. He a dog. He
Yeah,
a
he a
dog.
dog. He here Georgia. Yeah, but
Who is the
look,
Yeah,
dog?
hey man,
Wait, who the?
I'm a
Oh,
commander.
I'm tripping. I'm
Yeah,
tripping. That's your Oh yeah, they got the two dog. Him and Jordan got.
yeah, they got
My,
yeah
yeah,
my
Georgia
wife said that.
Bulldog.
yeah.
Yeah. I swear I thought he went to
It
but
would have been
Yeah,
nice though,
Georgia.
but yeah, he didn't. He didn't.
yeah, but no, to your point though about the MVP. I'm a Chiefs fan, dog. I can tell you this too. At the last 3 years, Pat Mahomes the MVP of the regular season, but the MVP of the playoffs is Chris Jones.
Woo.
If
True.
Chris
Yeah.
Jones is the
Yes,
MVP of the play, that
sir.
that man changes
Oh
He
no,
changed
no,
the
no.
game,
What was
bro.
who was
He
the
changed the
last year
game.
for the Chiefs? What was the cornerback? McDuffie.
Sneak.
McDuffie and
Oh,
Yeah,
McDuffie.
Legarius Sneed.
Yeah, Sneak,
and
McDuffie.
Snead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. To your point though, I think that's what's about to happen with the Eagles. I think they gon' You don't want to play. You don't want to a dude like Jalen Carter when it's cold out there in Philly, bro. That's a
Yeah, so the look,
man.
this what I'm saying, my guys. Listen to me, listen to me, plead my case as a NFC East representative. Listen
Yes,
to me.
sir.
Jonathan Allen is back. We somewhat stopped Saquon in the second half, even though you know what I'm saying. A lot of people said the game would have been different. It might have. We never know. Jalen Hurts didn't make it. I'm sorry, he didn't make it, but you still got the number one defense, Philly. And what happened? My boy put 5 tutties on the board against you, and we had so many turnovers. Jonathan Allen is coming back, man. I'm telling you, my team gonna be a little different.
That
If
was a
LaShawn,
phenomenon.
huh?
You know, having that many turnovers. The only team, the Lions did it this year too, but it's a
Yeah, they
phenomenon
did.
for a team to turn over 5+ times and win. Don't expect to do that again. That
Nah,
was just
I don't
one of them.
expect it to do it again. I
That
don't
was just
expect
one
it.
of them rare games where everything fell in the right
Hey,
order for y'all to win the game.
I don't expect it, but I'm just telling you, like when it comes to these rivalry games, I'm telling you, man, we got to give
Expect
them
the
a chance,
unexpected.
man.
But I
Yeah, I'm
think the
telling you,
Eagles is just they gonna put belt the ass to anybody that they face in the playoffs.
it's gonna be
Man.
us first round. It's gonna be us first round, number 2 versus
Oh,
number 7.
oh no, I think Philly gonna get that number one seed. I think they're gonna get the number one
Nah, they
seed.
ain't getting a number 1. They
I
ain't
think
getting
they're
it.
gonna get it. They because
Yeah.
all they need Detroit to lose and Minnesota and Detroit play. Oh well, one of the two got to lose. If
Well, if
Detroit loses, Philly get that number one seed over Minnesota.
we'll bet their ass to Detroit. They ain't got David Montgomery. And then we lose the next round. We're not making it to the Super Bowl.
I love how you still keep that going. So hey, I go with that. I accept that one. I
That's our
accept
Super
that.
Bowl. I'm telling you, that's our Super Bowl. My team ready, but they're not ready, man. We got 120 some odd $1 million to spend. I need them to go do what they're supposed to do. I wish Garrett Wilson could be on the block because I did read a story, man. He actually told he told somebody in the camp. There's a rumor going around, and I believe it to be true that he said that if the Jets keep A Rod, he demanding a trade. I know. I think he got 1 year left on his rookie contract or something like that because he came in 2022 from
Hmm.
Ohio State. So, yeah, he definitely don't like what's going on in the Jets territory. But yeah, man, y'all got anything else, man? Before we get out of here, Bruce?
I got an interesting theory about two teams you was just talking about, and it comes full circle to my Bears. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm talking about a team that's not really relevant,
Oh
y'all.
no, we got to
Oh,
talk
take
about
your
him.
time. Yeah.
But
We got to talk about him.
but my theory is I know my team. I know my city. Whichever coach becomes available quicker, they're gonna get the first interview, and they're probably gonna take the job. And
It's going.
I'm referring to Ben Johnson with the Detroit Lions
Uh
or
huh.
Cliff Kingsbury with your Commanders. It's a lot of talk right now. Chicago radio, all my guys on Twitter. I'm following all the dudes I follow. And it's a whole lot of talk between those two dudes. I know everybody brought up Pete Carroll earlier this year, but
I think it's going to be Pete. I
I
think
don't
it's
think
going to
that's
be
real.
Pete.
I don't think that's real, dog. They don't. I don't think that's real. Me personally, I don't think
I
that
got you.
because no, that's not real. But I'll get into that later. But I just think that I know my team, and whichever guy impresses them first, which I don't agree with, by the way. I'm not saying I agree with this tactic, but if Cliff Kingsbury is available to interview before Ben Johnson is available to interview because Ben Johnson is still in the playoffs with the Lions, Kingsbury is probably gonna get the interview, and I could see him getting that job. And I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying that that's my interesting little tidbit for y'all to watch over the next little month and a half or so.
Yeah, and I agree with you that it could happen. I definitely because that was the talk of him going to Chicago at first before he changed his mind. With Caleb.
I'm not a big Kingsbury guy, honestly. I think I said this here before, man. And it goes back to my point of what I was saying about the quarterbacks earlier, dog. I've watched Cliff Kingsbury as a head coach be mediocre multiple times, 3, 4 times, college and pros. I
Yep,
watched you start 6-2 back-to-back years with the Arizona Cardinals, and you
yep,
missed the playoffs both years. I watched you
yep.
do the same thing at Texas Tech. I think one year they started like 6-1, and they
Yep.
finished like 7-5.
He
Like,
did it this
yeah,
year. He
he
was
did
about
it,
to do it this year
and
until the
y'all did it
fans told him to wake his ass up.
to your point, perfect. I was just about you
Yep.
took the words right out of my mouth. Y'all started 7-2, and I think y'all 7-5 before last week when Jay
Hmm.
Daniels before that touchdown that he threw
Yeah,
against the Eagles or whatever. So it's like I'm not a fan of guys that are like they're real good at being mediocre. That don't
yeah,
impress me. I know that impresses the NFL, like when dudes are just constantly around multiple years. But to me, Cliff Kingsbury is mediocre. Ben Johnson deserves a shot because he has established a culture of in which that they play in Detroit with Dan Campbell, the way that they run the football, the way that they scheme up plays. I just think he deserves the shot first
yeah,
over Kingsbury because Kingsbury's had his chance. I mean, and that's just me personally. I know it's on. I know people will say, "Oh, the Cardinals are the trash organization." Like we keep going back to organization, and that, oh, the Cardinals are a trash organization. Yeah, but if you got who was trash when y'all started 6-2 when you was first in your division?
yeah,
Who
Mm-hmm.
who was
yeah,
trash? Like they keep wanting to say about it with I keep hearing to talk about Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh now because it's
yeah.
like, oh look, they regressing now. It's like it's your fault. You should have left it. It's like, well, who fault is it that y'all won 10 games? it's
Yeah,
like it's like
yeah.
you gotta look at it from both sides, dog. So it's but yeah, that's
Take the
just my
good with the bad.
tidbit with the Bears. Sorry to waste our listeners' time with a
Oh no, you good. Like
team.
I
Oh
like that
yeah.
because I even feel like, man, I just feel like me personally, just to pick it back a little bit. Excuse me. I feel like there's certain people that you name, they shouldn't. To me, they should stay offensive coordinators. Like I don't want to see Ben Johnson a head coach. Now, granted, if he becomes one and he's successful, like then that's all for naught. But I just feel like a Cliff Kingsbury, you already had the opportunity. You should stay an OC. I think you're better at it. I think Kyle Shanahan is better as an OC. I don't think he's good as a head coach. McVay, until he won that Super Bowl, but shit, he damn near lost that to the Bengals that year. If it wasn't for
Mm-hmm.
that defense that the Rams had and Aaron Donald and Ramsey and everybody like that. So that play calling in that Super Bowl wasn't all of that. It really wasn't. So I just feel like some OCs should stay OCs, some DCs should stay DCs. You know what I'm
One of the
saying? But
guys on Chicago radio the other day was talking about, oh well, Kingsbury used to coach Pat Mahomes. You didn't know who the hell Pat Mahomes was.
right,
At
Texas Tech
all. At Texas
at
Tech.
all,
Nobody thought he was a generational talent.
at
Yeah,
all.
you didn't know who he was until he met Andy Reid. That's what. I'm not saying that he wasn't good. He was. I mean, he was good, but I'm just saying.
It was phenomenal, but he won't they
Yeah,
won't talk
Yeah,
about him being like the next Brady or anything.
that's
yeah.
my thing. Like people, that's why.
About the three-peat or could
That's
be.
Yeah.
old. I'm past that point in my life. I'm too old for this recycling, man. I'm tired of. That's kind of why I push back on the Pete Carroll thing. I'm tired of the dinosaurs, man.
Yeah,
Get the
Yeah, give us
nah,
some
I get
young
it.
faces.
I get
yeah,
it.
get the
I get
dinosaurs
it.
out of here, man. 75 years old, and
I
I've
get
seen
it.
I've seen your work. It's not as if like you're the void of getting a chance. I've seen
I
your
get
work.
it.
It's like
Yeah,
I've watched it. It's like dog, just give me something new. We give somebody else a chance to fail. That's what I mean.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
y'all failed, dog. If you've had your chances to fail, let somebody else fail.
I
Had
always said,
decades.
man, as much as I don't like the Dallas Cowboys, man, I always said I'm still a fan of the NFL within itself. If Jerry Jones get his cookies out the jar, or his hands out the cookie jar, Dallas can be something. They can
Dinosaur.
do
Yeah.
something. Get out of the way. You done made all the money in the world. You got your championship rings. Obviously, it's not working anymore. Pass the torch, man. Pass the torch. Sell the team. Do something. Give it to your
That
son. Like,
old formula ain't gonna work in this new
yeah,
world.
it's not. I even look at it. I mean, like they not doing too well right now, and then I feel like I still believe in Antonio Pierce, and I think Brady is going to, kind of change the organization around. I'm speaking of the Las Vegas Raiders, but the Raiders actually was doing good, if I'm not mistaken, when Al Davis passed away.
Mm-hmm.
That organization turned around. It's just certain hands, just in certain places, man. Like you definitely gotta have that ear and that keen ear to listen to somebody, man. Like somebody, times change. Like those old ways don't work anymore. Times definitely
Well,
change.
I think Bo Nix saved Sean Payton's career because he was
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
that dinosaur was out of here too. It's like,
yeah,
and I'm still waiting on that to implode because if you know Sean Payton's career, he always have a good year or two, and then the rest of it is BS. So I
Back
mean,
that
yeah.
500.
yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, it's like the older I get, the more I'm through with like the older generation. I kind of vibe with the young boys now, man. Like
Yeah.
get him a shot, man. Like I'm
Something.
tired of the recycling. We always
Yeah.
these these coaches. And I mean, everybody's up in arms about Belichick going to UNC. Let him go do something else, man. That man,
Right.
we watched that mofo for
Right.
30 years.
Right.
Like, let him go do something else.
He
Yeah.
done won on the ultimate level so many times in the NFL. Man, let that man go.
It got to the point where a generation of people hated the Patriots because of him.
Yeah.
Guys, bro. Let
And
him,
it's like it's to the point where it's like people are upset that we're giving shots to other people. Like I keep listening to Stephen A. every day, get so upset that nobody gave Bill Belichick a shot. There's a reason for that.
yeah, right.
Because the
He-
league is young. The league is an average age of 26.
Yeah.
You 76.
Yeah.
Like, dog.
Your philosophy ain't there. It ain't working with these young guys no more, man.
At all.
It's not working. It's not working at all.
That Patriots way thing ain't flying nowadays.
Yeah, it's not
That
working.
Patriots way is the Tom Brady way. There was never no
Yeah.
Patriot way. It was the Brady way. It was I can shit on everybody else because Brady gonna save the day. That's not gonna work. You gotta build a team from the ground up. And I respect what he did in his time with the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. It's just that, dog. If Brady ain't saving your bacon, you can't. You ain't no Patriot way. There's no Patriot way if your defense giving up 30 and Tom ain't saving the day. So it's like, nah, man. It's like get these dinosaurs
that's
out of here,
facts.
man. New blood. Hashtag new blood.
New blood. That's facts. Hey, man, let's go and get up out of here, fellas, man. Enjoy the rest of our Sunday, man. I'm about to get myself together, man. Get ready for this game tonight, man. Hope my Commanders prevail over the Atlanta Falcons and get solidify that spot in the playoffs. Hey, man, to the guys that still left fighting, man, in the NPR championship, man, good luck to you all. Definitely
Yes,
good luck to
sir.
you all, man. We didn't talk trash all season long, and we here. We definitely here. Yeah, that's how I feel. Cool. F all on. All your teams. Every player just get hurt right now. You're in an attack. And then we just got to split the money up 4 ways.
Nah, I'm about to go ahead and take that. Let me get my cut. Let me go ahead and get that out. Get what I need and get out of here.
Hate. Just hate all around the board.
I was this close to having a blonde head, though. I was this close.
Boy,
I
I
was
didn't
gonna
forget
do
about
it.
that one either.
I was
I
gonna
did
Hey.
not forget about it. Boy, that would have been
Hey, save it for next year. Save it for next year.
fun.
Not in standard though, because I'm 3-peating next year. Hey, I'm going for the Trey. You know, I'm going the Trey way. Got to go for that gusto. I need 3 of them.
Could Cup. I mean, you and him might as well just join teams.
Hey, because I'm already claiming this one this year. I'm already claiming this one in standard. I think I got this one.
Oh,
I got
you
it.
got it, man.
Just throw it in the bag.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. Jordan Love got another half to go. You got Juwan Jennings tonight. Jerome Ford is not doing too well right now. So you got the lead, man. 59.
I think he actually went out with an injury. I don't know if he came back yet or not, but he went out with an injury.
Okay.
look
Okay.
at
But good
look
luck.
at the Midwest monsters putting up 100 points when it don't matter. That's what I'm talking
Boy.
about. That's what I'm talking about. Charles.
Hey, boy, I'm so glad it was this week and not last week. Boy, hey, I'm so happy.
Man, that's crazy.
Boy, I would have been hot right now.
Yeah. All right,
Hey.
we can end this. Bye.
Hey, love you guys, man. I see y'all on the other side, man. It'll be the all season. NPR, let's go.
Yes, sir. Love y'all, fool.
Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down.